Hey guys, welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid. Today's morning ramble is not so much going to be about inspirational stuff as much as it is more about trying to explain some strange events that have been going on around here. Again, these events were taking place just before Halloween, and I think I might have conjured some of them up with some of the stories I was telling during that Halloween Ghost Tales series. But of course, I think maybe these things were going on around here for quite some time before that. I just wasn't looking for it. I wasn't paying attention. But if you follow the channel, if you were watching what we uploaded yesterday, you know that there were some strange events going on here. Good morning, Roger. I'm still having my coffee and kind of waking up slowly, even though it's like, as of this recording, it's 8:30. And I usually get up. Yes, Roger, I know. I usually get up between 4:30 and 5:30, but I slept until 7:30 this morning because I had a very restless night last night. It's amazing how many bangs and bumps you hear in the night when things happen like happened yesterday. So anyway, I was sitting there just a few minutes ago down there in my dining room, having my first cup of coffee, looking out across the field in front of our house, across the road into the field on the farm on the other side of the road there, when I was reminded of a couple of strange events that were taking place right there around the Halloween time that I didn't mention yesterday when I was talking about what was going on yesterday in regard to the broken tree and the deer being spooked out of the woods and whatnot. 2 months ago when we were being visited, I mean, the general consensus is that we were being visited. There was a period of about a month where there were no deer here on our homestead, and we have a herd of free-range deer that numbers more than 20 because we have seen 22 at one time. I believe this free-range deer herd has as many as 40 deer in it. So there was a period of about a month where they were not on our property. I hadn't even really noticed it, but some of you folks that watch these videos started leaving comments about how, you know, all these videos you can usually see deer in the background. You like to watch the animals in the background, like the blue jays and everything we have at the bird feeders, all the squirrels. We have dozens and dozens of squirrels, but you hadn't seen deer for a while. And you asked, where were the deer? And so, and yes, by the way, I'm not sitting with my back to these woods during these morning rambles anymore. I'm making sure to see what's going on over there. So I was thinking about that, and this was actually the day I discovered the broken tree that was broken up about 5 feet up off the base. I was riding up the hill here on my riding lawn tractor, probably hauling more wood or something like that. And I looked across the road and I noticed that that's where all the deer were. And I got to thinking about it and I realized that's where all the deer had been. And they stayed over there until these strange events just stopped occurring. As if they were scared. They were afraid to come over here for some reason. And as if you remember, and like I shared in the video yesterday, I spooked myself out so much to where I stopped going in the woods about 2 weeks before Halloween and telling these Halloween stories. So Halloween came and went. The stories stopped. And the deer started coming back. Well, I was thinking about this morning because as I was having my coffee, looking out the window, all the deer were over there across the road on the other side of the road in the other field again. And I thought, we had these events going on here yesterday. Could it be that the deer are scared to be over here on my side of the road again? So I'm drinking my coffee, I'm watching. Well, all of a sudden the deer, almost as if they could read my thoughts, came across the road. And that, by the way, was not a deer, a bear, or a Bigfoot. People often ask, what was that animal that ran behind you at 420? There is a road down there, and you can see just a little bit of it right here. Or you can't see the road, but you can see the top of the cars as they pass. But we have Leland cypresses and cedars planted all along that road. So eventually you won't be able to see that. It's just going to be a wall of green. So the deer cross the road. They come back over onto our side of the road. They're in my front field. I'm having my coffee. I'm watching. There was maybe 8 or 10 of them. There's quite a few. And they ran, by the way. They didn't just trot over. When they came, they ran. And I'm thinking, well, maybe something spooked them over there. Maybe they're hunting over there. Or maybe you know, they've been here so long, they know to hurry up and run across that road. So they start making their way up through this field to come back here into this backfield where I'm currently sitting. And just after they had all gone out of sight, I'm sitting there drinking coffee, looking out into the empty field, and there they go, running back the other way, across my field again, across the road, back into the field on the other side of the road, as if something had spooked them. And they were going right up along this tree line. Ran right back. So I was thinking, oh, just as I started thinking, well, Kevin, you're being silly again, you're being crazy, there's nothing up there spooking your deer. Something obviously spooked my deer. So they went back across the road, and then I was looking up at the tree line, and that's when I remembered this green tennis ball. And I'm going to tell you about this green tennis ball and these orange tennis balls because it's connected. That big field down there in front is where my son Daniel and I love to play ball. Any kind of ball, all sorts of ball. He goes through phases. He'll want to pass football for a week, and then the next thing you know, it's baseball, which we usually play with wiffle ball bat and tennis balls. Or it's just, those big round balls you buy for 99 cents at the store. I think he's got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones. We use that for soccer and everything. Hit it with the wiffle ball bat. You know how little kids are. Just, they create games. He wanted to play cricket one day, and to our English friends, I know you're watching, hey, I don't know how to play cricket, neither does he, but he made up the rules and we played cricket. So we have a lot of fun in that field with balls. Well, we had bought a 3-pack of orange balls. This is the 2 that remain. The green ball is the part of this story that's kind of eerie and creepy that really inspired this talk today. When we first moved to this property more than 2 years ago now, we're in our 3rd year here, we found a green tennis ball. We used that for quite some time. It got dirty and roughed up, and of course it's green. We left it out in the grass. I ended up running it over with the lawnmower, destroying it. So we needed new balls. So we were at the store one time and we bought a 3-pack of these orange balls in the pet section of the grocery store or wherever. We used the 1 ball to play with. The other 2 have been hanging in this bag since we bought them. So about 2.5 weeks ago, just before we got that big snow, if you've been watching the channel, you know we had a big snow about 2 weeks ago. I hit the ball into this tree line. This tree line down here, it's Eastern red cedars that separates our property from the one beside it. It was just about dark. We were going in anyway. I said, oh, we'll get it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. We went inside. Either that night or maybe it was the next night, the snow came. And we got it 7 or 8 inches, and it stayed for a few days, but then it melted quickly. It might have only been here for a day or 2. That's what I love about winter in Central Virginia. We get snow, but it doesn't last long, unless if it's a freak storm or some Arctic air coming down from Canada. Some of our viewers up there in Canada, what's up guys, complain that we take their Blue Jays in the winter. I'm happy to take your Blue Jays, Canada, but I wish you'd keep your snow to yourselves. So anyway, I was running maybe 5 or 6 days ago now, and I keep this trail mowed all the way around our homestead. 3 laps is a mile. I see Miss Cleopatra up there. She just came out of the woods onto the trail as I speak. So I'm always on this trail. I run on it 4 or 5 days a week. On the days I'm not running on it, I'm walking on it. I mean, I'm very active outdoors, as you know. Like 99% of our videos take place outdoors because this is, if the sun's up, we're outside. We just love it out here. So I'm running along this trail that goes right up along that tree line, and I notice as I'm running this green tennis ball that's very clean, looks practically new, except for in this mud stain we got on it here in recent days. When it was there, it was like practically brand new. So I'm running, and I think to myself, well, I'll have to grab that ball after I'm finished running because Daniel and I can play with that in the field. That must be the ball that I hit up there just before that snow came a couple weeks ago that I never recovered. So I finished my run. I think I had another lap left or whatever. I go through there. I stop. I pick up the ball, and I'm like, well, I should have picked this up weeks ago, but it seems to be okay. But then it occurred to me, the ball we lost was orange. And guys, this was just inside the tree line, just off from the trail, to where it was so plainly obvious that I saw it when I was running by quickly, not even looking, and it caught my attention out of the corner of my eye. So it wasn't hidden, I mean, other than the fact that it was just within the tree line. So however it got there, something or somebody were to place it there, they would have been in the tree line. You wouldn't have seen them, unless, of course, if they were walking in the field and tossed it over. But so guys, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's maybe just, you know, since we had those things happen yesterday, I'm kind of spooking myself out again. I'm sure there's a very reasonable explanation for how this green ball got there. There are no children living on the other side of the property. The guy is like in his 70s. I never hear kids over there. Maybe the ball has been there for many years. Maybe it was part of the, you know, one of the balls that came with we found the green ball here more than 2 years ago. Maybe this was a ball that came in that pack of balls. But I don't know if you ask me, I don't think this ball's been laying up there in the woods for more than 2 years. It's just too clean. And again, we've added that stain there just in recent days playing with it. So, you know, why did my deer come back onto my side of the property this morning, start heading back here, and then all of a sudden decided, you know, they wanted to turn and run back to the other side of the road? And how did this ball get there? I don't know. But guys, I'm gonna do some research. I appreciate all the comments you guys have coming in. A lot of folks are sharing their stories with me. Got some neighbors close by letting us know they live right up the road from us here, somewhere close to the Blue Ridge Parkway too, and they've been sharing their experiences. So guys, do me a favor and keep sharing your experiences with me. I'll share them with others if you don't mind. I have a tendency to like to tell stories, as you know, when they're good, and you guys have some good ones coming in. So speaking of coming in, here's Miss Cleopatra. Come here, girl. You want to tell everybody goodbye? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, she's playing hard to get. So anyway, say hi to everybody, Miss Cleopatra. All right, guys. So let me know your thoughts on all this. We'll see you for more next time from here to Homesteading Off the Grid. And that's a squirrel barking, not a Sasquatch screaming.